Hey, well, I've just been in the pharmacy to get some Brufen because I got toothache, and like I've never been seen such a group of rude people in all my life. Like there was there was people there to get methadone, and I don't care if you get methadone. I'm not judging anyone. Just because you use methadone doesn't make you a bad person, but the fact that you're pushing in the queue doesn't make you a bad person anyway. Rant over. I've had to pop along to Sunderland today to get some. I've got an appointment anyway. So I thought I'd do some filming and see what we can come up with. So it might not be very good, but never mind. Probably shouldn't be filming today, to be honest, because I don't know. I just feel a bit vulnerable. I've been to work and had to come out while I was doing some overtime this morning, and had an appointment. I don't live here. I used to live here a long time ago, and I just feel like, you know, you get that creepy feeling like you might see someone you know that you don't like, or I don't know. Everyone's annoying me as well. But anyway, just wanted to start things off with a positive note. So I'm actually in Sunderland today, and don't know where I'm going. And Sunderland is not too far away from Newcastle. It is a city, though it's small. It's more like a town. And just across the road, I'm going to get run over. And the thing about Sunderland and Newcastle is that traditionally people from Sunderland and Newcastle hate each other. And it's all to do with the football. We've got rival football teams, but like the hate runs deep, really deep. It's all ridiculous. I remember doing my nurse training here. Well, I remember doing my nurse training, of course I do. But when I did my nurse training here in Sunderland, and I was on a community placement, and I went to someone's house, and I knocked on the door, and this sweet little old man answered the door and says, I'm a student nurse, can I come in? And I think I was doing a dressing or something like that. And he says, yes. But first of all, I need to ask you, are you a Geordie? I mean, are you from Newcastle? I was like, no. And he was like, yes, then come in. Like, you wouldn't have let me in. He wouldn't let the nurse in if she'd been from Newcastle. Anyway, I'm going to probably film here today, which is the museum in Winter Gardens. It says museum and library, but that's a lie. So I googled this today. And God, I should probably learn how to edit these videos, and then I wouldn't have to just film. So anyway, this building was built in 1846, and it was the first museum funded by the government in the United Kingdom outside of London. It was damaged in World War II by a bomb, and it closed, and then it was reopened in 2001 as a museum in Winter Gardens, and apparently it's got an exhibit inside which is a fossil of the only known gliding reptile fossil in the UK. So we'll see if we can find it. So let's have a wander in. So one of the first things as you come through the door is like it's like an exhibit about modern archaeology and how do we know where to look for physical evidence of people from the past? And self-explanatory to me, but I don't know. And it's showing me like a sliced road or something. I love my terminology. And it's showing you like what, so it's starting at like modern development, 1970 road, Victorian housing, and then down to medieval, and then all the way down to Roman fort, prehistoric ground surface. It's quite, not very, I'm sure this is not to scale. Doesn't seem like it was very far down. And there's some like examples of stuff there, Victorian pottery. And we've got fossils and a skull, like a random skull. Ah, the backbones of various animals. Trying not to get myself in because I'm like a mess. Been to work. Ah, pheasant. It's tiny. So that's it's like I've got flip-flops on. So here's some things that's been found, probably in the local area. Medieval pottery. That's good. Anglo-Saxon. Just like a little, some bronze brooch, Anglo-Saxon bead. It's also found in the local area. And bronze thimble. Ah. Iron Age for Roman Britain. It's like a bowl. And bronze figure. Oh, that's, sorry, Iron Age, and that's Bronze Age. And there's like spearheads. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Spearheads and a gold bracelet. That's got to be worth some money. Neolithic, so I'm going back. Some stuff that's been found. Pottery, arrowheads, flint, arrowhead. That's really cool. And Mesolithic. Sorry, man. Flint tools. Flint tools. Sorry. Seen that guy? Seen the guy? Wow. It's got to be worth some money. And all those were found locally. It looks a bit like a creepy portrait, but it's actually a doctor who was worked in a local hospital, in Sunderland local hospital, and he was instrumental in the fight of cholera. So he's actually quite a good man, even though he looks very stern. I wouldn't mess with him. He'd take no rubbish from me. You can tell just by looking at it. Just showing interesting things from different eras. There's some pipes, some different like pipes here. From these pipes date from the 1800s. That's, look at that. That's a bit hardcore, isn't it? So you're into pipes. There you go. Oh, devil's torn. There's some fossils. If you like fossils, so you don't get shadow in. Norm's candles. It's the water which they were so was believed to cure horses of worms. And fairy loaves. Fossil sea urchins known as fairy loaves. Got one of my dresses there. I wear that on a weekend. when I'm going out around the town. um, that is definitely a beautiful, probably very valuable dress from 1725. There you go. Lovely. I love looking at these old clothes. Quilted dress, keep you warm in the winter. That from 1827. Sorry, I can't talk. Okay, I'm short of time, so I thought I would skip the museumy bits and come straight into the winter gardens because I really like it in here. I've been here before, and embarrassingly, I just asked this man who works here. I said, "Where is the gliding reptile?" And his answer was yes. So I was a bit, oh look, there's a poppy for Remembrance Sunday. It's just gone. So I was a bit sort of embarrassed. And I just went, thanks, and walked off. Where is your gliding reptile? I mean, it's a weird question to ask to start with, and then for somebody to say yes. Never mind. So, there's these poppies hidden in the plants. This winter gardens is quite hot in here and sort of humid, and it's got a species of plants that normally probably wouldn't grow in Sunderland, to be honest. It's a fern gully. It's nice, but it's this was the bit that got bombed in the war. This bit, and had to be rebuilt. And if I don't find the gliding reptile, I'm really sorry. I really do actually want to see it. But I'm really short of time. It's going to close and I'm not going to I just wanted to come in here because I love it in here. It's just a nice smell and feel of warm. It's like sort of a tropical environment. It's a soldier for the memorial. It was the Armistice Day. It's 100 years. It's the First World War. Had some lovely moving tributes, especially in London. We had 1,000 candles lit at the Tower of London every night. Oh look, there's a dinosaur. So they've done some little tributes here as well, which is really nice. And if you're interested in looking on, if you Google, there was some sand drawings done of some soldiers, portraits of soldiers who died in the First World War in the Battle of Somme, I think. There's poppies there, and they were done in the sand. And you could probably Google that and see it. It was really a moving tribute. Yeah, I love it in here. It's gorgeous. I could live in here. There's a little, it's like a baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. Although its arms look too long to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And here's some kind of tribute to some local soldiers. Who died in the First World War. I don't know, there's something about the First World War that just, the horror of the trenches. When you read some of the literature and poetry, it just, I don't know, it just sounds like hell on earth. I don't know. If those people who survive coming back, you'd never get over that. It's like it's not a real crocodile. There's some fish there. Some, do not feed the fish, it says. I wouldn't have anything to feed them. They're nice, aren't they? Sort of, I don't know what they are, a goldfish or carp or something. And goes up to there. It's like a dome shape. everything's sort of closed off. I think it was getting ready to close, to be honest. Left it a bit late in the day. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can go up these stairs. I will come back here at some point and film the rest of the museum. Now, you know what I'm like for going places I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to go up these stairs. Embarrassingly, I remember years ago I fell over in here. Just because I wasn't looking where I was going, I fall over quite a bit. I'm scared, I'm really, really scared of dropping my phone. You know what, I'm more scared of dropping my phone and it falling on someone's head and killing them than I am of like breaking my phone. Can you imagine that? That would be my luck. Oh, I'm no good with heights. Never mind. And we're at the top of the Winter Gardens. And there's like a waterfall here. It's nice. Just relaxing in here. Oh, there you are. How the Winter Gardens work. There's some like rare plants and stuff, but I couldn't see what was what. I was too distracted by the Armistice Day stuff. I'm gonna go down now because I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. No, I don't have a panic attack, but I feel a bit scared. That's Main High Street in Sunderland. I forgot where I was then. It's like in Sunderland. And there's like a park out here. When I lived at I moved here when I was 18, and me and my now husband, we lived in one room of a house that was about 300 years old, and to say that house was dilapidated is I mean it was hundreds of years old. It had never been modernised or updated. I mean, it still had sash windows, and sorry, I'm totally distracted. Had a huge something else, I think. Had a huge marble fireplace, about 6 foot tall, solid marble fireplace. And we used to come, we had no money. We lived in one room and it was just, oh God, it was awful. But it was lovely. Like it was the happiest time of my life. I had nothing to worry about, I had no cares in the world. Paid £45 a week, which we were overcharged, to be honest, to live in this horrible house that was falling to pieces. But we had no money, so we used to just come out to the park and just walk around, look around the shops for no money and look at all the things we couldn't afford to buy. But you know, when you're young, you're just happy, aren't you? You can put up with things like that. Anyway, I'm going to have to go now and find out, get the bus home, exit. Oh, there is a library. It's not very big though. So, thanks again for watching. I promise that these videos will get better. I'm learning all the time. This was just a quick one today, just because I'm going to try and get something out every week. So thanks very much for watching, and bye.